I is 11.
Yeah.
Sukanya?
I is 11. No, you have I is 6 in there.
Oh, that's why.
That's
Yeah.
an I is 6.
He's
No problem.
operating.
No problem. Yeah, they are just playing on the iPad. That's it. All right? Yeah.
Right. No issues.
Oh, this is the
SQL
Oracle.
developer.
Yeah.
Okay, this is another kind. Okay.
Yeah. We used to yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Another 10.
So.
सिस्टम बाट हट्छ सर्भिसको कसरी तिमीले भने भने चाहिँ डिलिट गरेछु तिमीले भन्नु त्यो पनि मैले रिस्टोर गरिदिइसकेको
This
छु
is, yeah.
रिसाइकल बिनमा भइसक्यो त्यो रिस्टोर गरिदिएँ
పొద్దున్న రొట్టెకు పెట్టుకుందామా రొట్టెకు మళ్ళీ పానీ వస్తే ఇంతకంతా తింటా అంటాడు నీళ్ళు పెట్టొస్తా వీడికి వీళ్ళు ఇంకా వస్తేనే తింటామంటారు వేడి నీళ్ళు పెట్టు.
I think you tried.
SQL developer, there might be some issue with the installation. I'll tell you the full process.
For now,
You can use that.
ఏంది నడుస్తుంది ఏందో ఏమిది ట్రైనింగా ఎక్కడ రికార్డింగా మీరు మాట్లాడేది ఎంతిదా నువ్వు మాట్లాడేది
చేస్తాడు కదా ఆర్గనైజేషన్ చేస్తాడు ఇదేదో ఒక డేటా వేర్ హౌస్ ఉంది చూస్తామనేసి
Alright, so yesterday we have seen two things. What are the things that we have seen yesterday? What is the database? Yeah. What is a database?
Original is a collection of data
Right.
interpreted in the form of tables.
Right. Right. So it's a collection of data, right? How is the data organized within the database? Data is organized in the form of tables. Within the tables, it is presented in the form of rows and columns. All right. So, what is the command that we use to retrieve the data from a particular table? Select. So, select is the command. All right. It's a DRL language. Right, SQL is a language that we use. Within SQL, we have a subsection of the languages which are classified according to the usages of the command. Okay, commands. Now, DRL, data retrieval language. Within the data retrieval language, the command that we use is select. Right, we use select command to retrieve the data from whose connection is that? Okay. So, with the help of select command, we are going to retrieve the data from a particular table. Alright. If I want to retrieve all the columns corresponding to a particular table, what should I go with?
All the columns?
If I want to get all the columns from a, yes, I have to go with asterisk. If I say asterisk, asterisk denotes that I need everything from that particular table. Then what I have to mention? I have to mention a clause called from, and then I have to give a table name. This is the generalized way as how you retrieve the data from a particular table. Now, when I execute this part of the command, what do I get?
The entire table, entire table.
I get all the records that are corresponding to EMP table. Right, so when I execute this part of the query, I'll be getting all the records that are corresponding to EMP table.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please.
If you don't have table name, then should you can select asterisk?
Table name? See, whenever you go, you'll be given with the table names. If you want to find the table names, then I gave you an yesterday one particular query, right?
You said like you can run all the tables using
All underscore.
Yeah, I tried this so many times, but it didn't work.
Why?
I don't know why.
All underscore objects. When you execute this particular query,
Oh, I didn't do underscore.
right? All underscore objects. Object underscore name is nothing but your table names. You have to filter out. This is high level. For now, it is not required, but ensure. Okay. So owner is equal to Scott. So under Scott, I have all these particular tables. So you can figure out in that way. Okay. So this is a system created table. Okay. And the owner is nothing but Scott. Scott is nothing but your one of your schema where you have all the objects created under it. Okay. Now what kind of a query it is? Select star from EMP. What is that particular query called?
the retrieval.
It is called as selection queries. Why it is said to be a selection? Because you are retrieving all the columns corresponding to that particular table, and that is why this part of the query is said to be as a selection query. Now, if I write the query as in this way, EMP number, ename, job, salary from EMP, what do I get when I execute this part of the query? I execute only the data that is corresponding to those columns. Now, instead of asterisk, I have mentioned all the column names in between select and from, and each and every column is separated by a comma. Now, when I give this one, I get the data corresponding to only these particular columns, and these type of queries are called as your projection queries. All right, these type of queries is called as your projection queries. Now, we have studied another thing. So what is the other thing? EMP number. I'm saying it as employee underscore number, right? Sorry. Ename as employee underscore name, job, salary from EMP. Now, when I execute this part of the query, what do I get? I get the column names according to the names that I have defined within the query. That means instead of EMP number, what am I asking to get displayed? I'm asking to be displayed as employee underscore number. Ename to be displayed as employee underscore name. So what am I doing indirectly? I'm asking it to go with an aliasing name, an alternative name. Now always alternative names are temporary names. They are not the permanent names. The permanent name will be always EMP number. Alright. But this is the temporary number whose existence will be only to that particular query. The life of employee underscore number will be only to that particular query. As and when you execute another query saying that EMP number, ename from EMP, when I execute this part of the query, what happens? I'll be getting EMP number and ename as it is. So what does it mean? Column aliasing's life is only to that particular part of the query. They rename the column names on temporary basis, not on permanent basis. Okay. Apart from this, we have also seen about usage of literals. So what is a literal? Literal is a constant which we pass in the input query. The same is seen in the output of that particular query. All right. For example, we are learning Oracle. All right. So this entire string is a literal for me. Okay, I'm passing a constant value. Okay. Now within Oracle, you have a test table created. This is a system table which is called as dual. All right. At any point of time, if you want to see your executions, first you can write this particular query and using this particular table. This dual table will not be having any data. All right. It's a test table created by the Oracle. Okay. Now here, select we are learning Oracle from dual. Okay. Now what happened? Yeah, it's a dummy table. Okay. Now you see the output displayed as we are learning Oracle, but you see the column name corresponding to that particular output. Even it says the complete literal name. We are including the commas, sorry, including the apostrophes, single quotes. See the column name. So what I can say, I can give an aliasing name, literal example. Now when I execute this part of the query, the output will be saying that we are learning Oracle is corresponding to the column called lit_exp. That is nothing but an aliasing name given to that particular literal. So how else we can do this? Select emp number or ename. What is this operator? Oh, sorry. Okay. What is this operator?
This is called
Double pipe symbol or a pipe symbol is nothing but your concatenating operator. All right. Now what will be the output of this particular entire query? Now I am executing this part of the query. Okay. Right. I am executing this part of the query. Select ename concatenated with is working as concatenated with job and earning salary as sal from EMP. So what will be the output?
So someone is the employee name is working as a designation.
Right.
And
Okay. But what will be the column name? When I execute this part of the query, see the column name now?
Long.
The column name is very long, but your entire data is constructed according to that particular literals. Kulukuluri is working as manager and earning salary as 3,500. You see that this part of the literal is working as and earning salary as is being repeated for all the records that you have within that particular entire table. All right. So this is the usage of literals. Now, instead of having this particular entire column to be displayed as the column name, the entire function to be displayed as the complete column name, what will I do? I say, I give an aliasing name. Aliasing name can be given without an as operator or with an as operator. As. Okay. Fine. Apart from this, right, what we have seen about filtering of the records. All right, filtering of the records in the sense the rows. Okay, right. If I write this part of the query, yes, please.
When you are writing so many commands together, you are getting the result with the connected.
What happened? What is the error?
ORA 00911.
This might is correct. So
Can you show me that? Okay, after concatenating operator, you have not mentioned a column here. See here, concatenating operator, you have not mentioned a column.
salary.
Alright. So it got confused as what needs to be
No, you
concatenated.
didn't put the
You didn't
SAL.
SAL. I just kept that. Alright, if you don't give, you have given, your query was in this way. Now what happened was, this Oracle got confused as what is after this. Right, it did not have any input string. What needs to be concatenated is never known to this. So it may concatenate from, but from is a user defined clause. I mean the system defined clause, okay? It's a keyword. So it cannot concatenate keyword, and that is why it has thrown the error message. Okay, if you don't want the salary, we can execute the query in this way. No, maybe just see.
Or you have to select it before.
Yeah, please select it because this right, so it doesn't work function as properly. So you can select it on that. Okay, you understood, right? Yeah, your question.
Mention that ID.
All right, 5 shift and this one, shift and this. Okay, double twice. You have to. Yes, one more. Super. All right. So here, if I execute this part of the query, now select EMP number, ename, job from EMP. What do I get? I get only the few columns out of that particular table, not all columns, because I'm filtering my own data corresponding to that particular table by restricting to only few columns. Right. As we can restrict the columns, likewise we can restrict the rows based on our requirement. And that is where we are going to use the where clause. Like if I want to display, now you can write the query. If I want to display all the employees who are belonging to department number 30. So what will be the query?
Select.
Right.
Where?
You're right. Display all the employees
Employee ID
who are working in department number 30. So when I want the output corresponding to this particular query, I said all the employees. Okay, I did not give any column names that I wanted to. So select star from EMP where. So why am I going with where? Because the condition, the question is asking you to filter the records. It's saying that you have to filter it. So where department number is equal to 30, not ename. I don't want ename, right? The condition is corresponding to the department number. Okay, the condition is corresponding to the department number. Now always keep in mind, you have to give the column names according to the table structure. Okay, give the column names according to the table structure. So what do I mean by that? Give the column names as it is described in the table. Okay, now if I execute this part of the query, I'll get all those particular employees who are working in department number 30. Clear? All right, come on, write the query. Display the employees who are working as manager. Come on, give me the query.
Select from where job is equal to inverted comma managers inverted comma close.
Perfect. All right. So why did I go with an inverted comma here? Single quotes? Because it is a string type data. Right. It's a string type data. Always we have to ensure the strings within a single quotes. Okay. Right. Now, display. I'm extending the topics apart from yesterday's. Okay. From now, it's an extension topics. Okay. display EMP number, or okay, display employee number, alright, employee name, alright, salary, and department number of all employees or of employees belonging to department number 10. Okay, not only this, there is a extension. All right, change or get the output, all right, output of the column department number as department number.
Select
Mm-hmm.
from
Mm-hmm.
EMP
Mm-hmm.
where
Mm-hmm. Select. What needs to be done here?
or not notice, just
Or
select.
you may be confused this one, so I'll say rename. Simple. Yeah. Now go with it.
Okay. Select
Select
ename noise street.
select
Ename
select select
street.
read the question. Select first employee number.
Yeah.
Display employee number.
Select yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Select ename.
Salary.
No, just sal.
No, you have to actually put EMP underscore employee number
No.
because there is
I just said employee number for you.
No, he
I
didn't
did
mean
not
to
ask
say.
you to rename.
Yeah, he didn't ask you to read
Oh,
it.
If you
Just-
see
oh,
at the
department
end,
number.
the reason why I gave at the end, rename column department number as department underscore number. That's it.
Salary.
Department number DPKNO
Hmm.
underscore department number
No.
department
No,
underscore number. Department underscore number.
Hmm.
Where
No.
Come on.
Wait.
You gave the columns. Then what do you have to mention?
You have to mention that.
You gave all the column names. Then what do you have to mention? From.
Yeah, from.
Then what needs to be mentioned?
From
the table name.
Table name. What is the table? EMP. Yeah. Where?
Department equal 10.
DP number
Is it
Huh?
number
And what
equals
is
to
Uh,
10.
okay. What is column aliasing?
Column aliasing is changing the name of the column.
Department number to DPK number to department number.
Okay. What is column aliasing? Column aliasing is nothing but an alternative name given to that particular column. Now, if you remember my earlier explanation, what did I say? I said that the column aliasing, the existence of that particular column name will be pertaining to only to that particular part of the query. Now here I have written the query in two different ways, or one query given by you, another query given by me. Now tell me which one will be working fine and which will not be working fine. Among those two, only one is correct, other one is wrong.
Okay. Right. First one is right.
Why first one is right, if you say in that way?
It's because we can extract the department number 10 from the original table, not the aliasing.
Okay. Now if I execute this part of the query, I'll get the results. Okay. But if I execute this part of the query, it will say that invalid identifier, department underscore number is an invalid identifier, the error message. Why do you get that? The rule of Oracle says that,
Word to word. Math.
the rule of Oracle says that you cannot use a column aliasing within a where clause. Please make a note of it.
Okay.
You cannot use a column aliasing within a where clause. All right. Why column aliasing cannot be used within a where clause? The reason behind that is, as and when you execute a query, first execution starts from the table. Okay, it will not check the columns. Okay, it will go into the tables. Okay, and it will check any other conditions that you have. So it is going to check the department number. Okay, first it goes to the department number, and it has to find that particular column in that particular table, and then the retrieval is happening. First this condition is evaluated, and then the corresponding data is displayed.
Good question.
Yes, please.
So when we do aliasing, so we can use as well, right? As a
Yeah,
okay. So where do we use as in between those two, right? Okay.
simple.
And it doesn't change the output.
It doesn't change the output. You can use as or without as. The reason why column aliasing will not work with the where clause is the execution will start from first this particular place. It will check the tables. It goes to the table and it checks for any other conditions that you have after the table. Now the condition is department numbers underscore 10. Now what it does, it will fetch this particular column within this particular original table. All right, if at all the column is existing, it filters out this particular data and then it checks for the corresponding columns needs to be displayed within the query. So the corresponding column names are EMP number, E name, salary, department number, and now here you are making an aliasing name. So aliasing name works with that. Okay, now here what is happening in the second situation? First it went to EMP table, but it could not find this particular column within this particular table, because department underscore number is not at all a column that is belonging to EMP table. All right, and that is why directly thrown an error message saying that invalid identifier. Okay, identifier is nothing but here the column name. Okay, fine. The strict rule, column aliasing cannot be used within a where clause. Okay, fine. All right. Now, in order to make multiple conditions on a particular table, you will be going with more number of operators. All right. We can go with the operators. Okay, usage of the operators. Let's say I need to display all those employees who are working in department number 10 and working as manager. Here, how many conditions do I have in my retrieval statement? I have two conditions. So what are those conditions? I have to fetch the employees working in department number 10, and also I have to check only those employees who are working as managers with them. So I have two conditions. So how can I meet the criteria? Select star from EMP. This is my original thing, because I did not ask you to display any desired columns. So I'll just go with select star from EMP. Now wherever you have conditions, what you have to do? You have to go with a where clause. The first condition is department number is equal to 10. And the second condition, within 10 department number, you have to retrieve the managers. And job is equal to manager. All right. Now here, what is and here? and is a logical operator. And is a logical operator. Now, how does the AND clause work, or AND operator work? When you meet both the conditions, then you'll be displayed with the results. If you do not meet both the conditions, if both the conditions are not met, or either of the condition is not met, then you'll not get any results. So what do I mean by that? Is select star from EMP where department number is equal to 10 and job is equal to vice president. Let's say, assume. Now within my table, I do not have any employee working as vice president. Alright. So now I have employees belonging to 10 department number, but I do not have any employee working as a vice president. Likewise, department number 100 and job is equal to manager. I have employees who are working as manager, but there is no employee who is working in department number 100. So here this condition is false for me, but this condition is true. In the above statement, this condition is true, this condition is false. Right? In both the cases, I did not get any results. Last case. Alright, here I do not have any employee working in 100 department, or I do not have any employee working as a vice president. So here both the conditions are false. Here one condition is false, here this another condition is false, here both the conditions are false. In all the three cases, I did not get any result. In the first case, I got the result because both the conditions that I have given, they are true. And that is why you got the results. So AND is a logical operator which works when both the conditions are true. Okay? Making sense? Any questions so far?
Well, when all conditions are
Both the conditions.
well, if there's a more than two, it's still
All the conditions are true. All right? Fine. Let's go with another operator. Display all the employees who are working in department number 20 or working in or working as salesman. So what happens here? Select star from EMP where department number is equal to 20. Now I'm going with OR clause. Or job is equal to salesman. Now when I execute this part of the query, I'll get employees corresponding to department number 20. I'll get employees not belonging to department number 20 as well. You may encounter 30 department employees also. See here, I got 30 department employees also. But why did I get 30 department employees? Because they are working as salesmen. Making sense? So what happens with the OR clause is, if both the conditions are met, or if any one of the condition is met, you'll get the results. See here. Select star from EMP where department number is equal to 150 or job is equal to salesman. Now if I execute this part of the query, I'll still get the output because I have employees working as salesmen. Alright. Now I'll still get the results because I have employees belonging to 20 department, though I do not have any employee belonging to or working as vice president. Now I'll not get any results. See here, I'll not get any results. Okay, department number I gave the spelling mistake wrong. I'll not get any results.
So this application of and or what situation?
It depends on your requirement. It totally depends on your requirement. Here in the above case, my requirement is to get those employees belonging to 10 and he should be working as a manager. But here I need either the department number working 20 employees or the employees who are working as a salesman.
And a healthcare application like employees with a lot of diseases like or this disease or that disease, so you short enroll is
right. Okay, let me take your condition. Okay, so you wanted to say that you wanted to list out all the patients who are either having a cardiac problem or who are having either a kidney problem. Okay, so in that case your query would be in this way. Though I do not have any table, I'm just writing the query. Okay, select star from, you want patients, let me take the table name as patients, right, where disease, right,
ICD.
Sorry,
ICD. Just like diseases nickname.
Okay. Okay, ICD is equal to your cardiac or ICD equal to kidney. All right. Or you want to find a patient who is having both the problems. Then what you do? Okay, this is making sense. Okay. If you want any of these particular disease, if you want a patient which is having any of these particular disease, you can go with or. Or if you want a patient who is having both these diseases, you have to go with and. Okay, right? Or if you choose any career, okay, few people may be opting for data, few people may not be opting for data. If you want to find out the customers who is using both data and as well as calling, so what do? You say where calling and data. But if you want to figure out both, using both, you'll be going with and. If you want to find out the users who are having either this or that, then you'll be going with or. So within or, you can encounter who are using both also. Right? That is what. So
there is no logical operator like both in the
sense,
like let's say like something like both instead of or and or and means
both in the sense I did not get.
Like for example, two variables. It has to fulfill all those two variables.
Then go with and. Okay. Or is a logical operator. Right, here or is a logical operator. How does the or logical operator works? It works if either of the condition is true, you will be getting the results. If any of the condition is false, or if both the conditions are false, you will not be getting any results. That is what or logical operator is. Okay, fine. Display the employees who are earning salary more than 2,500. So how can I write this particular query? Select star from EMP where all right, no and. Okay, sorry. Now here What is this greater than? What is this greater than? This greater than is a relational operator. Is equal to is a relational operator. Greater than is a relational operator. Less than is a relational operator. Greater than or equal to is a relational operator. Less than or equal to is a relational operator. Okay. Now here.
Mr. What's his name? Kofi Annan. Can you open the door for me? Sure.
All right. So greater than is a relational operator. Likewise, less than or equal to. Likewise, greater than or equal to. So all these are relational operator. Now, what is the difference between greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to? What is the difference?
For greater than, it must be greater than a defined amount.
Now, it must be greater than the defined amount. What do you mean by that? Will you get the amount also?
No,
Like here I said greater than 2500.
not the
Will I
amount,
get the?
but anything greater than that.
Yes. So when I say greater than, I'll be getting the value which is more than 2500. I'll not get any value which is equal to 2500. But had I given the condition as greater than or equal to, then
2500 is also included.
right. So then even I'll get employee who is having 2500 as a salary. Okay. So you have a relational operators. These relational operators are used according to our requirement. Greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Equal to is also a relational operator, and you have another operator called as not equal to, which can be also specified with the help of greater than or less than symbol. Alright, so we'll write the query for all these particular operators. See here. Select star from EMP where salary equal to. Careful, okay? Careful. Yeah. Thank you. Alright. Where salary equal to 3500. Now, if I execute this particular query, I'll get the list of employees who is having the salary exactly equal to 3500. Alright, this is one thing. Now, select star from EMP where salary not equal to 3500. Now, when I say not equal to 3500, yes, it's correct. It's correct. Not equal to operator can be used either with a negation equal to or with this. Okay. Now, when I say not equal to, okay, when I say not equal to 3500, I'll get all the employees except this 3500. Now, within this salaries, you see, you'll not be having the salary as 3500. See, 21 and so on, you don't find 3500. Right. So the same query can be written in a different way with a different syntax. Select star from EMP where salary not equal to 3500. Even this is the same. All right. Not equal to the same thing. Not equal to. This is an equal to operator. All right. This is an equal to. All right. Likewise. Select star from EMP where salary greater than 3500. Now when I execute this part of the query, I'll get all those employees having the salary greater than 3500. I'll not get 3500 in the output. Alright. The same thing. Select star from EMP where salary less than 3500. I'll not get 3,500, but all those employees who are having less than 3,500. Select star from EMP where salary greater than or equal to 3,500. Now, if I execute this part of the query, I'll get even 3,500 within that list. All right. So this symbol is your greater than or equal to. All right. This is your greater than. This is your less than. All right. Likewise, if I say select star from EMP where salary less than or equal to 3,500. Now I'll get 3,500 and less than 3,500. Okay. All right.
How about, let's say, greater than 3,500 but less than 10,000?
The next one question. All right. Now my requirement is display all those employees who are earning salary more than 2,500 and less than 3,850.
From
Mm.
where sal is greater than
Sal
is greater than
greater than 2,500
less than
and sal 50. See, here you are using a relational operator as well as a logical operator. Okay. Now display all those employees whose salary is between 1,500 and 2,500.
Greater than 1,500. A sale greater than 1,500. Equals to 1,500. Greater than equal. 1,500 and sales smaller or equal to 1,500.
Why greater than or equal to, less than or equal to?
Well, I think the instruction is little, you could interpret in any way. 1,500, is it exactly 1,500 or is 1,499?
Why 1499?
So we say like it's is it exact 1,500 or 1,501?
I said 15, right?
1,500.
Okay.
Between, when I say between, I'll be considering the lower interval and then outer interval, upper interval. When I say the distance between Virginia and New Jersey is, let's say, 100 miles. So even I'm including Virginia and I'm including New Jersey. Same thing. Right? Whenever you say between, you have to include your lower interval as well as your upper interval. So lower interval is 1,500. If you just say greater than 1,500, it will consider the inputs other than 1,500. If at all you have the values or employees who are earning 1,500, you'll be omitted with it, and whereby you're giving an incorrect output. Okay. So between, in the sense, you have to even consider that particular lower boundary and even the upper boundary. Okay. These are all relational operators. Is that
Maybe you can write this like when you have the less like in 1,500 less than salary, then salary less than the writing. it's not gonna you're not gonna have N.
In.
You're not gonna have A and B.
Without an.
Now you have a salary between the digital.
Between.
That,
You tell me the query, I'll write it there.
okay. Where 1500 less or equal than salary,
Less equal.
less equal than
Okay. Here, very simple. It throws an error. Okay. Because what is 1500 here? There is no identifier. Okay. It cannot identify what exactly it is. So this kind of approach is wrong. Okay. This kind of approach is wrong. Indirectly, whenever you use an editor, you can see that something is getting underlined in red color. Alright. So this throws an error. If I execute this, see the error message. SQL command not ended properly. Okay. So what is 1500? It has to know what exactly 1500 is for. What is 2500? It has to know what exactly 2500 is for. Okay. So this is an incorrect query. Alright. Fine. These are all the usages of your relational operators. Alright. We have seen logical operator. We have seen relational operators. Within logical operator, there is another operator called as NOT, which will take up after discussing the special operators. Okay, we have special operators. All right. Within special operator, the first operator that we would be discussing today is in. All right. So what does this operator say is, this operator will create a list and it will try to evaluate the query within that particular list. Let's say I want to get all those employees, all right. I want to get all those employees whose salaries are in, like say 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500, 3000, 3500, 4000, 4500. That means, let's say, display all those employees whose salaries are equal to 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500, 3000, 3500, 4000. Okay. Now, in general, how can I write this particular query?
Obviously, salary is equal to
Select star from EMP where
sal
sal
is equal to
sal equal to
1000
1000
or
and or think.
and you want to add, it should be and because you're trying to
Okay.
get everyone.
If you say and, then can a yes, single employee cannot have different salaries. She is correct. So it cannot be and, it can be or. All right. Or salary equal to 1500, or salary equal to 2000, or salary equal to 2500. Sorry, 2500, or salary equal to 3000, or salary equal to 3500, or salary equal to 4000. This will be your query. Okay. Right, this will be your query. Now if you execute, you have two employees. Okay.
Okay,
But
to match the exact salary.
yeah, to match the exact salaries. Okay. But if my list is very big enough, now I said 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500, 3000, 3500, 4000, 4500, 5000, and so on. If I repeat up to 10,000, then I have to make OR conjunctions each and every time, right? So the same query can be written by the help of in clause in 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500, 3000, 3500, 4000. So in short, what you have created a list, right? A list is having all your inputs.
Yeah.
Now what are you trying to say to the query? Find out the employees who are, find out the employees who are having the salary which is present in this particular list. Now if I execute, even I'll get only those two records, right?
Okay.
Yes, please.
In such a condition, there are numbers, right? 1500. If if you have to maintain the characters.
I'm coming to that. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming to that.
Okay.
All right. So fine. Clear? Now what is the difference between OR operator and IN operator? What is OR doing there? What is IN doing here? OR is also giving me the same resultant. IN is also giving me the same resultant. Now how different they are? What is the difference? No one will create two functions for the same reason, right?
Yeah.
There should be a specific reason which one could not do, and that is why we have the other. Okay? Alright? Alright. In operator makes it short with less number of errors. Okay. Not correct. I mean, not complete, but partially correct. Alright. This question will solve that. Display all those employees who are working as salesmen or working as manager or having salaries as 1,000 or 2,500 or 3,500. Did you understand the question here? I tried to frame it. Right. I want to display all those employees who are working as salesmen, or I need people working as managers, or I need having their salaries as 1,000, 2,500 or 3,500. Alright. Now how can I write this particular query? First let's write the query using OR, then let's try to implement using IN, then we'll understand the difference. Okay. Select star from EMP where first job is equal to salesman or job is equal to manager or salary equal to 1,000, salary equal to 2,500 or salary equal to 3,500. Now if I execute this query, will I get any results? I got the results. Okay, I got the employees working for salesmen and also I got the salaries. Okay, right? I got the resultant. Okay, now the same query EMP where come on,
where job is equal to salesman
using IN.
Okay.
Where job says
In bracket.
salesman in salesman
From a manager.
manager.
I'm giving this because they are the strings. I have to always enclose in quotes. Now what?
Bracket close.
No,
Bracket
no,
close.
no. You can do
Bracket
bracket
close.
close.
And again put or in salary.
Salary.
Or
No,
sal in
Bracket.
thousand.
You almost reached. Perfect. Thanks. All right. Executing this query. You got the result. Now, you gave the query correctly. But why did you give in this particular fashion?
Because from
Yes. Because the list that is required within your question belongs to two different columns. Make sense? The list that is created or the list that is asked in the question is related to two different columns, and moreover their data types are different. When I say data types, the type of data that they carry. Your job will carry string type data and your salary is carrying the numerical data. All right. So that is the reason why, that is the difference between in and or statement. Or can be worked in any way, right? You can mention everything in one particular line, but in, you cannot create a list which is pulling the data from different columns which is having different data types or similar data types. So what do I mean by that? My statement is, if I write the query in this way, where job in, I'll be able to put these things. But apart from this, I cannot give 1000, 2500, 3500. If I create a list in this way, this is wrong, because this query will try to evaluate for job that is for salesman and manager, but 1000 is not a sales job, 2500 is not a job, or 3500 is not a job. Okay, so here when working with in clause, you cannot create a list which is having data belongs to different types, right? If that column is carrying such kind of data, yes, you can create that particular list. But here your question is specifically asking you to carry the data or bring the data from two or more columns. Then you cannot go with the in clause directly. Where you can go directly with the or clause, right? Or logical operator, you can directly go with it. But whenever you create a list using an in, it has to be created properly. If you create a list, and the list should be equal to one particular column, right? A list cannot be created for multiple columns, single point. Clear? Good job. So this is a wrong query. So why this is wrong? List is created for multiple columns data. All right, using single column. All right, so this is the difference between in and or clause. Okay, clear? All right, now I have a table, or let's take the EMP table. I want to find out only those employees who has got A in their name. Display all those employees whose name contains,
Contains or starts with?
I said contains,
Okay.
A. Right. I did not give the complete name here. I said I just need a name who is having A within it, like Alan. My query output should retrieve Alan Ward, Martin, Blake, Clark, and so on. I do not want Scott in my output. I do not want Jones in my output. I do not want Kulukuluri in my output. I just want this particular character to be present within that particular string.
Okay. So
Here. Now here, the point is you are not given with the complete data. You are just given with a partial data. When you want to filter out the information or when you want to retrieve the information where you are given with the partial information, all right, then you have to go with wildcard operators using like operator. So what do I mean by that? Select star from EMP. Sorry. Select star from EMP where ename like. When I say like, why do I use like here? I do not know the complete name of it. I only know partial of it. So wherever you are given with a partial information that belongs to a string, please use like. Like is the operator. Now this is a string type data. I'm starting with quote. I said contains A. When I say contains A, it can be in the starting position, it can be in the middle position, or it can be in the end position. But I'm not bothered about the position. I'm bothered about the name containing A within it. Alright? So I do not know anything. I say percentage. It's a wildcard operator. Okay? Percentage. What is the character that I'm looking for? A. I do not know ending of it. I say again percentage. This is how we can retrieve. Why did I go for like first of all? Because I was not given with the complete string. Now, why am I going with percentages? Because I do not know the starting position, nor I do not know the ending position. So A can fall in any of the places within that particular string. Alright. So if I execute this part of the query, I'll be getting all those employees who has got A, irrespective of their position. See, Allen, A starts at the first, Ward second, Martin second, Blake third, Clark third, Adams. There are two places for A. Adams has got A in two instances. James, Durga at the end position, Satish in the second position. Right. Irrespective of the position, you got the data as an output. Make sense? All right. Understandable? Where is A in case of Allen? Beginning. Right. Ward. Where is A? Second place. Martin. Second place. Blake. Third place. Clark. Third place. Adams. It has got two places. All right. James. Second place. Durga at the last place. Fifth place. So that is nothing but the position.
Why Adam didn't come on second position or first position?
Why? Because I am concentrating on A. I mean, I am concentrating on a string which is having A, right? So Adam has got A within it. I did not put any condition that I do not want an employee who is having A in the second place, right? A repeated twice. I did not put any condition. I want a string which is having A within it. Okay? All right. Display all those employees whose name starts with S. Come on.
Select stars from
EMP,
EMP
where name
name
like
the string percentage
It starts from
Oh, A,
S. Yes.
Like
Inverted comma.
percentage.
Inverted comma.
Yes,
Yes.
percentage.
Percentage.
From
Inverted comma.
Yes, this will give the information. Smith, Scott, Satish. Again, Satish has got two S within it. We did not say that I do not want a name which is having two S within it. Right? We are just concentrating on first part of the string. Okay? Making sense?
So if it was the requirement was something like this, display all those employee name whose name ends with S, so that the percentage would be in the beginning before the S, right?
Come on.
Okay. Select
Display all those employees whose name ends with H.
select from EMP where name right inverted comma percentage S inverted comma close.
H.
Yeah.
Look at this. Okay? I'll get two names, Smith and Satish. Alright?
No.
What's the mistake in this part of the query?
It is small.
H is small.
Mm.
Alright? So what already we discussed this point yesterday. Data is case sensitive. In case of Oracle, the data is case sensitive. Alright? The query will not throw an error because query is entirely correct. The data is, this query is looking for a H which is going to appear in small case. But I do not have any data corresponding to it. So I will not get any error and I'll not get any output. I'll just see the column names out of it. Right? Alright. Display all those employees whose name contains D in the second position. Okay. Select star from EMP where ename like
Inverted comma.
okay.
Let me see.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Can
You read the PPT.
percentage space or space? Just enter.
Now here the problem is the question is asking about D in the second position.
Yeah.
I do not know what is the first position. I'm not bothered about it.
Yeah.
But if I put percentage, what happens? Percentage will
eliminate.
Percentage will look for a group of characters or a single character, whatever it is. Right, see, I'll give you the query for it. If I go with percentage, what will I get? I'll get the results, but I'll get Durga as well. I'm planning for Adams as an output, but I'll even get Durga as an output. Right. I'm just targeting only D in the second position. Only this particular record needs to be seen as the output. But I got Ford who is standing at the fourth position. D standing at the fourth position. Durga standing at the first. Ward standing at the last. So in this type of situation, what we have to do is we have to use another wildcard operator, which is underscore. You said dash. No, you did not. Right. Underscore. Underscore will find only one character. What is percentage doing here? Percentage is finding the group of characters. See here, before D, it has found group of characters. WAR, war is a group of characters. Durga, before D, there is nothing. Even then you got it. All right. But if you go with underscore D, underscore D, and you're not bothered about the rest part of the string. All right. So what does the underscore do? Underscore will find only one character within it. You do not know what character it is, but underscore will find only one character within it. And D should be standing in the second position. You already, or your requirement is all about getting D in the second position. Then percentage. Why? You do not know what you want after it. You're not bothered about it.
So underscore is crossing the first character of each.
Right. Underscore is crossing that particular first. It can be a dams or it can be whatever it is. It can be IDAMS or ADAMS or ZDAMS, whatever it is. We are not bothered about it.
So how do we take the third character? Like R. I want to take R.
You want third character.
Yeah.
So what you have to use is where like one underscore will find only one character in that particular place. Second underscore will find the second character in that particular place. You want R. Then you do not know what the rest part of the string is. Ward, third position. Martin, Turner, Ford, Durga. It will be more and more interesting if you pay attention. Okay?
So easy to forget this. You have to just keep it.
You're listening. You're not even documenting your things. It's very easy to forget. 100% easy to forget.
Because everything looks
At least document it.
Yeah.
I think we hope you will send us
In the email.
No, if you like, really easy.
Yeah, I'm writing.
All right.
Come on now.
Right. So what are the special operators that we have seen? We have seen
In,
in and
like, or is a is not a special, or is a logical, or and a logical.
in is not a logical.
No, in is not or and.
Special. We've seen in and wildcards. Within wildcards, what we have seen, like is the special operator. Why are we going with the like operator? Whenever we do not have the complete string where we have to fill the details with a little information, not the complete information, then you have to go with a like operator. Okay?
Like operator is also called a special operator.
It's a special operator.
But it is wildcard,
Yeah, like operator needs to be used along with the wildcards. What are the wildcards that you have? Percentage and underscore. What is percentage used for? Percentage is used for the group of characters, whereas underscore is used for a single character. Okay? Alright. Give me this query. Display employees who is having A twice in their e-name or twice in their name. A repeated, let me say this one. A repeated
Select from
for more than one.
where email like
Select star from EMP where e-name like, yes, done.
inverted comma.
Mm.
So that means repeated means anywhere in the capital length, right?
Anywhere, I did not specify the position for you.
Percentage another A.
No.
Did I say together?
Okay, no. So
I did not say together.
percentage.
Again percentage. Again percentage A. No,
No.
in A. We have to write two parentheses. Well,
Oh,
find remaining, right?
No.
Continue.
I did not say once or twice, right?
Yeah.
Read the question. A repeated for more than once.
About is ANA?
Yeah.
No, not or.
Can it be percentage? Uh, percentage AA? Percentage.
No.
I said
A.
I need A repeated for more than once.
Oh.
Okay?
But
So you choose that percentage with groups twice now.
I do not know what can fall in the first place, but I'm more concentrated on A getting repeated more than once. I just took the instance of twice here.
it's for two prices,
Twice.
not for everything.
Not for everything. Okay? Why did I give percentage? I don't know what comes in the first place. So I gave percentage. My name should contain A. Okay. And I gave a percentage because I did not say that A needs to be continuous. So it can be percentage and it can fall A. And again I said percentage because I do not know the end part of it. Alright. So this is how. Now if I write the same query in this way, percentage AA percentage, then I'll not get any records because it searched for a string which has got A continuous. Alright, so you'll see the result here. Display employees whose name has E continuous or okay,
Repeated E character.
repeated E continuously.
Continue.
Okay. All the time I forget the spellings. What is continuous?
CONTINUO.
USL.
Not
Yeah,
that
Continuous.
Yeah, that's correct.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
You understood the meaning, right? These computers makes us lazy, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Still right.
Right. Percentage. EE percentage. Yes.
And the first question is the employee who is having repeated, who is having a repeated was that the correct one?
See, I said repeated once. Okay. First of all, the question that you have to encounter is how big the length of the ename. You never know how big the length of the ename.
Yeah.
Right. I do not know. My requirement is more than once. So I just went with the 2. Right. Even you can go with 3. It's up to you.
So it's just a logic substitution.
It's just a logic. I just used a normal logic that they said more than once. Okay. So more than once, if you check for twice, it is always more than once.
Yeah, but I think we should find out all the A's, right?
All the
Yeah, in a
See.
simple name.
If you say that, if I give the percentage after the second day, if at all you have another employee who is having A in the third instance also, you'll get the result.
Two or more, it's saying two or more.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Yeah, it will give.
It will give us. Me. Okay, the length has been done. You got it? You got it? See the output.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got it?
2 days and then more than 2 is sometimes
Simple logic. I said more than once.
Yeah,
Check
yeah.
for twice.
Yeah.
Go for twice. After A, you have already given a percentile. What does the percentile do? It will fetch for whatever the number of records that you have.
Yeah. You can see the second one and whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I got
The
you.
rest, it can be unlimited.
It can be unlimited. It depends on the size of the
Character.
character that you have.
So what if you had percentage A again?
Hmm.
It will remove Adams, right?
It will remove.
Adams.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
So then we cannot write triple A. You have to write double A.
Yeah,
It is
more
more
than
than
once.
three.
Yeah.
More than once.
Mhm.
When you go with twice, you'll get everything. My question is always concentrating on more than once.
If you say more than two, then
Yes, when I say more than two, go with three. As simple as that.
Okay.
Alright? So first of all, when you are writing the queries, you have to understand the situation for which you are writing the query.
Okay, now it is.
Yes.
So, okay, two, I need only with a two. Okay, eliminate all those with more than two.
More than two. Okay. You just want only two within it.
Yeah, only two is within it.
Okay.
Eliminate everything more than that.
Okay. So for which you have to study about the functions.
Mhm.
When we study the functions, we'll write the query that will list the employees who is having A repeated twice or A repeated only twice, everything.
Okay.
We'll get that.
I mean, it can get complicated as complicated.
Anything
Yeah.
can be retrieved with the queries. Anything. You have the functions. Oracle has given all the possibilities for us. Alright? I cannot discuss the functions
Yeah,
right
yeah,
away.
yeah.
You'll get confused.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a flow. I'll go with the flow. Okay?
No, it's already.
Yeah. Your question is good. But let's take it up.
Okay.
Okay? Alright. So any questions so far in today's class? I'm giving you a heads up, guys. There will be a surprise test. I don't know when I'm gonna give a surprise test. You should be updated thoroughly. As in when I say something, you have to get it.
Class test here.
Yeah, it would be here itself. I'll not say the day when it would be. Nothing. Nothing will be intimated to you guys. But there would be a surprise test.
Guys too.
No. Everyone. Online guys also. I'll send the questions directly from here at the time of our class starting. Okay. Then you have to answer those questions. You have to send it back to me. No cheating. See, when I'm here, one thing, if you cheat, you'll be the one losing.
Yeah.
I'll not be losing it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why am I giving is to check yourself. I don't want to check yours, but check yourself where you are standing. Okay. So that is why please pay attention, get as early as possible. I mean, get the things as early as possible. Yes, Sonijo, you have a question. What is that? Right. When we use select from and where clause, which executes first? Okay. First it checks for the table, then it checks for the condition, then it retrieves the select statement. Yes. What is today's date? 23rd. Yes, you can anymore. Right. Yesterday we could not email that, and that is why I have repeated the yesterday's session in today's class also. See, I would be sending that today. Okay, so that because we lost the yesterday's notes, so it should not be the case that you're losing it.
But it is here if you can put it from here.
But I don't have a drive. I forgot to get the drive.
I'll bring it tomorrow.
No issues.
On Monday.
Monday.
No issues.
Before turning power off, we have to save all day.
Which one?
All the writings in there.
Yeah, you can save it. Always make sure that you copy it, you save it in your notepad.
Yeah.
Oh, copy and
Yeah.
save in notepad.
Because the moment you save it, every time you have to save all the SQL, so that is not recommended, okay?
Yeah.
Save it accordingly. Alright. So no questions, so see you on Monday. Okay, I hope Monday everyone gets the laptops.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about it because I'll be asking the questions randomly. You have to do it. See, if you don't practice, what happens is you lose grip on database. Database needs to be practiced thoroughly. It has to be practiced thoroughly. I really hate people listening, normally without practice on it. I really hate, and I don't recommend also. So it is up to you guys because I cannot force you guys. As simple as that. Okay. It seems like you're getting everything here, but when I ask you a question, you'll not be able to do that. So try to understand. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Thank you guys. See you. See you on Monday.
Yeah.